everyone. Good afternoon. This is Russell of Hotel going live for that show, that daily check-in. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, I'm a little late today. It's actually 4:55 on Thursday, July 31st. So this is the last day of July. Tomorrow is August. Oh my goodness. OMG. So anyway, I do this daily check-in Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Normally I do it a little earlier in the day, around 12-ish, noonish. But you get caught up doing some stuff, you get caught up working and things like that, and sometimes you forget about stuff. Well, not necessarily forget, but you say, "Oh, I'll get to it," and next thing you know, that half the day or most of the day is gone. In fact, I missed a conference call today, and I didn't check my calendar for the most part. But normally I don't miss these things, but I missed one today, and I'm so sorry that I missed it. But we'll reschedule it. They understand, right? But I don't like to get in the habit of missing things, especially something as important as that. But you know what? Things do happen. You do get caught up in doing other things, and you just lose track of time. And next thing you know, and if I'm not getting any notifications, which I need to set up some notifications so when this thing comes up, give me a 15-minute warning or something. But I didn't. It wasn't set up, so it was all my fault. 100% my fault. So own your mistakes, okay? And I own mine, right? So I do apologize. I did apologize to the gentleman that I was supposed to have a Zoom call with a Google Meet or whatever call today. But you know what? Stuff happens, and you got to move on. So I got to give myself some grace, okay? So anyway, happy Thursday. So these daily check-ins don't have to be that long. I actually have a good topic today too, because it's something that, topics come from either conversations or things that I notice. Okay, so today is something that I kind of noticed, and it was easy for me to notice because it has to do with LinkedIn. Okay, so we're going to get into that, but and no shade on this. It's just that maybe people don't know, but it's my job if I see something to let people know, like, hey, let's do this. Let's try to do this. Let's do more of that, or whatever the case may be. And you'll understand what the topic is. So when I get to it. So let's move on. Once again, I always showcase a hotel. I'm never going to do one of these shows, either the daily check-in or on air with Russell of Hotels. It comes out every Tuesday at 1 o'clock PST. I'm never going to miss showcasing a hotel. Sometimes it can be the same hotel, but that's okay. As long as you're showcasing, or as long as I'm showcasing it, that's the important thing, because it's all about exposure, visibility, not just for me and my brand, but for any hotel that I happen to have had experience that, okay? So I experienced this one hotel, the Sofitel Legend in Panama City, Panama. So you know what? I'm still on the high, right? I'm still up here on a high because I haven't come down yet. I mean, I'm back home, but I still haven't come down yet. So, the experience was just, as I look back on it, I'm just kind of overwhelmed with the experience. Like the experience, that level of hospitality that I received. It's just, people that I was with, they even said, "Oh my God," they're asking me, "Do you remember the servers' names?" Because they want to send, a card to the general manager or something. You always get surveys and things like that. And if you remember people, you always want to mention them in the surveys that you receive. Like, I'm sure one of the questions, like, was it anyone that, exceeded your expectations or stuff like that? And it's always good to remember their names. That way you can put it down, because that means a big deal. That is a big deal for them to be recognized by the general manager, or by their supervisor, or their manager, or their director. So always kind of remember that stuff. So anyway, hospitality, global hospitality. Yeah, I'm one of those people. I always mention that, but I always want to mention it. I'm always going to continue to mention it because I think it's important. Top 50 social media influencer in global hospitality for 2025. There's 50 of them. I happen to be one of them. So, shout out to the other 49. Appreciate you guys as well. And also shout out to International Hospitality Institute for that distinction. So, we won't spend a lot of time on that today. The blog. Now, this is some oatmeal, okay? So it's not mixed up, but, this is fruit. You can see the fruit. You can see the slivers of chocolate. Oh, my God. It was, I didn't realize it came with chocolate, but the next time I ordered it, I didn't have chocolate in it, right? Because that's a little bit too sweet for me. But It was definitely good, okay? I'm not gonna lie, it was definitely good. The strawberries, the blueberries, the nuts. I love oatmeal with nuts. Oh my God. Like almonds or peanut, whatever, any kind of nuts I like. So yeah, that was right up my alley. I was like, oh my God, this is it. I'm ordering this and I'm gonna do my own avocado toast. There you go. Boom. That's what I did. Okay, so the blog, real quick. Any questions about anything that I talk about or anything that I discuss? A topic will be on the blog. So today's topic is already on the blog, so check it out. Just go russellofhotels.com. In fact, that is a little, why is that too light right there? Let me change the color of that. Maybe throw a little blue in there. Just throw a little blue so you can see that a little better, okay? Because I have a yellow shirt on, and it was the font was yellow. So anyway, russellofhotels.com. Just go ahead and go to russellofhotels.com. Hit the blog, which is a drop down, bing, and everything I talk about, even some of the photos that from my trip to Panama. The Sofitel Legend Hotel is noted there as well. So a lot of more photos that maybe you haven't seen yet. So check those out. The blog is updated. The topics are normally there. Anything I talk about, the topic will be there. And today is no exception. Yes, it's there. So just make sure you go and check out the blog, russellofhotels.com. I appreciate you. And like I said, these daily check-ins don't have to be that long. I normally talk a long time, but today ain't gonna be one of those days. So I got other stuff I need to do. I gotta cook. I'm making some I'm a vegan, right? So I do a lot of everything has vegetables that I eat or that I prepare, that I cook. And I'm in the mood for some curry vegetables. So that's what I'm gonna do today. Some curry. I think I have some mushrooms. I have two types of mushrooms, and I can't think of the name of them. One is an oyster, and I'm not sure what the other mushroom is, but you best believe they're going to be in it. And then I like zucchini, zucchini squash and summer squash. So one is green, the zucchini squash is green, the summer squash is yellow, and I just love it. And I'll throw a little spinach, maybe throw a little kale in there too. Saute all that, pour my curry on top of it, and hey, there you go. So that's what I'm doing today, okay? But I have to get out for this live and take care of that. So I got certain times I got to do everything. So anyway, not tomorrow, coming up this weekend, right? August 3rd through the 5th, I'll be in at the North Star Destination East. That's August 3rd through the 5th, right? In Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Staying at the PGA National Resort. I get a chance to experience that hotel in all of its splendor. I have 27 appointments. Looking forward to those one-on-one appointments. I think they're going to last, I don't know, do they go 10 to 12 minutes? But it's probably maybe 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes sometimes can be a little long. 12 to 13 minutes is probably ideal. You get a chance, both parties, whoever you're talking to and yourself, get a chance to talk a little bit about yourself. No one's ever going to know 100% of everything that you know on these one-on-one appointments. Well, you'll get a good amount of information. Now, 15 minutes could be too long. I think 15 minutes is actually too long. That's kind of like speed dating. Wouldn't 15 minutes be too long if you're like trying to speed date and you're trying to get away from that? Like, this ain't working out. Let me get out of here. But I know I got like 5 more minutes to go. I'm like, I don't like this. I may get up and walk out. So it's kind of like that. So anyway, did I say that we're live on LinkedIn and live on YouTube? I'm not sure. If you don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do so. Russell of Hotels. Just go there, hit that subscribe button, bing. And anytime I go live, I do one of these shows or whatever, you'll get a notification, and that way it's not a guessing game, okay? But feel free to make your comments. You can make comments in real time on YouTube if that's what you want to do, and they'll be on the screen, and they'll pop up on my screen, and I'll put them on the big screen, and that way the whole world can see the comments that you're making, okay? So keep them clean. Anyway, so once again, I didn't finish this right. I'll be in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, staying at the PGA National Resort. I got 27 appointments, North Star Destination Southeast, okay? And then I'm going to be assisting people with creating that brand awareness through conversation. Some people will call it an interview, like, oh my God, he's interviewing that person on, for his podcast. No, it's not an interview. It's a conversation. It's basically two people talking, two people with a common interest. That's the hospitality industry, talking about different things, right? I'm a hotel site selection person, right? So, of course, I have tons of questions I can ask a hotel person, right? Hotel salesperson or a destination salesperson. But first it's going to start with who are they? Give me your story. How'd you get in this hospitality thing? Were you always in a hotel, or did you start somewhere else? Is this your first role in this particular hotel? Or, where'd you come from? How'd you get into this? Did you choose hospitality, or did hospitality choose you? I mean, those are the questions, some of the questions I'm going to ask, right? And of course, they get a chance to get a chance to brag about themselves. They get a chance to brag about their destination or their hotel. Oh my God, this hotel is so great. You must bring your group here. We're right on the beach. We're here, we're there, whatever it is. So that's what it's all about. It's all about creating that brand awareness through conversation, right? And if that's a podcast, if that's a live, however you want to say it, we need more visibility. So this is why I came up with this thing to promote the hotel, to promote visibility, to promote you need to be seen you got to be seen to be heard, right? People remember people that they see frequently, okay? Yeah, I'm doing a one-on-one appointment with you, but what happens when I leave? I forget about you. But if I start to see you on these videos, you're starting to do like lives and you're talking about your hotel or your destination. That's how people become more comfortable, because like I said, the one-on-one appointments only go so far. Going to these conferences only goes so far, right? It's all about continue to engage with people. And a good way of engaging with people when you're not around them is what? Social media. Use it. So that's what we're going to do on, next week, Sunday through Tuesday. That's what we're going to be doing. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be epic. It's going to be next level. It's going to be all that. Okay, so I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, real quick, we're going to get to the topic. Okay, whoo! This is a good one. And remember, all these things are always something, spurs these conversations or this topic, right? I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this person is doing this or didn't do this or whatever. So anyway, let me just real quick. And this topic is on my blog. So just go russelofhotels.com, go to the blog, hit the button, and this will all pop up. It's right there. Okay, so you don't have to write these things down. 3 reasons why your LinkedIn profile photo matters. Why did I say that? Because some people are out there and they don't have photos. We don't know what they look like. We don't know if that's the right person, right? We need to know, we need to identify all that. Oh, okay, that's that person, right? And a logo is not good either, okay? I'm gonna get to that. So anyway, 3 reasons why your LinkedIn profile matters. Number 1, first impressions are visual. It's just natural, right? Here are 3 reasons why your LinkedIn profile photo matters, especially in the hospitality and business world where connection and visibility are everything. I'm preaching visibility, right? So if you're trying to be visible and then you're putting up a logo, what message does that put across to me? You don't want to be seen? Or what if you just blank? Let's just say I'm talking to you right now and this little square that I'm in is blank. And you can hear me, but you don't see me. How long would you watch this? Probably not long, right? Now, I understand a podcast, a traditional podcast, is audio only, or at least the old ones used to be, back in the day, like COVID days or pre-COVID, we were doing things, audio only, 100% audio. Now, we've, evolved into video. It could be still a podcast, but now you're seeing the people, right? And you're able to resonate with those people. You're able to see them. And what if you saw them out in public? You're like, oh my God, that's Russell of Hotels, right? Aren't you Russell of Hotels? Yeah, that's me. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I watch your thing all the time, right? So those things are important. But if you just had a logo up there, there'd be no connection. There's no way that you would even recognize the person, unless you just happen to be listening to it. But sometimes if you see someone, that'll stop you from scrolling. Like, you know what? Let me listen to this dude, see what he has to say. So remember, first impressions are visual. Before they read your headline or bio, people see your face. And they don't want to see a logo. They don't want to see a blank whatever. They want to see you. A clear professional photo instantly establishes credibility and approachability. So yeah, so on LinkedIn, just think about how many people don't have, it's very few that don't have photos, right? There's very few that have logos. So the majority of people have photos. So why wouldn't you have a photo if everyone else does? Oh, I gotta wait for a professional headshot? No, you don't. Just take a picture. Everyone has an iPhone or a Droid phone or whatever that takes phenomenal photos and pictures. Let's just do that and upload it to LinkedIn to our profiles, okay? Woo. Profiles with a photo receive up to 21 times more profile views and 36 times more messages according to LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn has their own way of doing things, but I believe it, right? I mean, I get so much engagement. And let me just give you this little thing that I did. When I was first, I don't know if I first got on to Instagram. It's several years ago, so we're going back to the COVID days, right? Then I was really into Instagram during the COVID days. But I was using my logo, right? And there was this expert. I follow a lot of people, right? Follow a lot of these people that are experts on, creating content on Instagram or just social media in general. I can't think of the young lady's name, but she was so spot on. So she would let people, she would do a live on, the right way to do IG lives or whatever, or to formulate your profile, the correct way to do it. And she would always start with a photo. She goes, I don't like that photo. You need to change the photo. I had a logo, and she looked at mine and she said, what are you doing with the logo? The logo I don't know who you are. No one's doing business with a logo. People want to do business with people they see. That way they can trust them. I'm like, damn, that makes sense. So instantly I changed it to a photo, right? I got rid of my Russell F. Hotels logo, which I loved, right? And I'm like, I'm thinking I'm doing a good thing by showing the logo. No, they want to see someone. They want to visualize and say, oh, that's Russell. Okay, Russell Edmond. Okay, yeah, okay, now I see you. Got a name with a face kind of thing. But the logo doesn't work, right? People want to do business with people they can see. That way they can trust them. They can't trust someone that they can't see. Okay, so there you go. Even if it's, online or on social media, whatever, people still want to see you. Okay, so and just remember this. Profiles with a photo receive up to 21 times more profile views. Why not do it based on that? And LinkedIn knows what they're doing and what they're talking about. So let's just try to do it. Number 2, it builds trust and recognition. In hospitality and site selection, your face is part of your personal brand. Hello, there you go. I'm gonna read it again. In hospitality and site selection, I do site selection. I used to be on property. I used to be a general manager. I used to be a director of sales and marketing. If I'd known then what I know now, I'd be a lot further in the game because I would have been more visible back then. I'm going like 6 years being removed from property as a general manager, and before that as a director of sales and marketing. So if I knew that what I know now as a director of sales and marketing, I'd be killing it. I'll be killing the game because I'll be so visual, and I would make sure my team was just as visual as I was, or visible as I was, or I am, right? Because I think it's important, and I think that's what we're missing. We always talk about we want to sell, we're selling, direct selling, blah blah blah. Are you reactive or proactive sales? That's two different things, right? If you're just answering the phone, okay, you're reacting. Okay, you're just reacting to the phone ringing or the email coming through, right? So do they really need to know you? Yeah, they do, because they're going to look you up on LinkedIn. And what if they see a blank square there? They're like, oh my God, who is this person? I don't even know what this person looks like. I talk to them on the phone, I send the emails, but I really don't know what they look like. Sorry, that's just how it works these days, right? Some people may be like, oh, that's a creeper. Oh my God. Oh. Well, hey, we put ourselves out there on everything else, but sometimes when it comes to our jobs or our business, we kind of drop the ball. So let's just make sure we're doing those kind of things, right? Let's see, what else? Where was I? A consistent photo across platforms like LinkedIn, your email, Zoom, etc., helps people recognize and remember you. You want to be remembered. Like I said, I go to hotels and sometimes people are like, hey, I know you from somewhere. Where do I know you from? I have no idea. You've been here before? No, I've never been here before. Is it link? Are you on LinkedIn? Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. Okay, that's the connection, right? So it matters. It also signals transparency. You're not hiding behind a logo or a stock image. Boom. You're not hiding behind a logo. I was hiding behind my logo on my IG page. I was definitely hiding. I don't know why, but I was, right? But, I quickly came out of that because I wanted to be visible. I wanted people to know who I was, what I do, and how I can help them, right? But it starts with who you are and you being visible and visual. Okay, so there you go. I'm speaking the truth here. I'm somebody that experienced not having it and then taking the step and making sure I do have a photo. So there you go. Number 3, it reflects your professional identity. Whether you're in sales, marketing, or leadership, your photo should reflect how you want to be seen in your industry. Casual, polished, hospitality forward, your photo should align with your brand message and role. So whatever that is, make sure your photo, reflects that. No photo or an outdated one can send the wrong message about your current engagement in the industry. Are you halfway in, halfway out? What's going on here? Why aren't you showing it? So just make sure that we're doing that. I just think it's very important that we be as visible, especially when it comes to our brands, right? Because remember this, we may work for a brand, but the brand that they see first is always going to be you. And the brand that people buy from is going to be you. They may want to buy that product, but they're going to start with you as the brand because you're the face of the brand. You're the only person they know at that point, right? So just make sure we understand that. And if we don't have photos, make sure we add the photo. If we have a logo, get rid of the logo, put your photo there, okay? Yeah, you can get a headshot and all that, but do something temporary until you get your professional headshot. Because everybody, well, I need to wait, it's going to take me time to get a professional this and professional that. Come on now. Your phone takes a good photo as well. So just use that for now until you get a professional headshot, okay? So I don't want to hear those excuses at all because believe me, I've heard enough of that. So there you go. So just make sure the top 3 were, what was the 3 again? What were the 3 again? 1, first impressions are visual. 2, it builds trust and recognition. 3, it reflects your professional identity. So just remember those things, okay? And you can always go back to you go to my website, the blog, russellofhotels.com, go to the blog. That information is there. It will be there forever. Or you can rewind this, do the replay, and do it again, and listen to it again. So there you go. So this is, I love this view right here. I love this view. Sofitel Legend Hotel in Panama. Show number 308 is coming up on Tuesday. So every Tuesday I do On Air with Russell of Hotels. That live hospitality talk show everyone's talking about, right? Live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube, just like this is live on LinkedIn and YouTube as well. But show number 308 is coming up. Yeah, 308. Yeah, I've done 308 shows of this and counting. It's no slowing down. Ain't no stopping us now. So anyway, I have to throw a jingle in there, a song in there somewhere, right? So once again, this is a patio area of the room that I had, and you can't see it, but you can see the entire skyline from this particular vantage point. But for whatever reason, the picture, the photo didn't take, you can't see everything, but you can see, I guess you can see the important part. You can see the table right there and the chairs, and I'm doing my work from there as well, although my laptop is not on there, but it's a good place to do your work, from your room, because that Wi-Fi works, even out on the patio, which is a good thing. So there's some strong Wi-Fi at the Sofitel Legend Hotel in Panama. So I look forward to going back and utilizing it again. And this is a bathroom. I got to end the show in the bathroom. Okay, so everyone, I'll never show a toilet, but I want to show the vanity area. You can see that it's a double vanity, right? Double sinks, right? So There's a walk-in shower with the rain shower head. Oh my God, I love those things, right? Every hotel should have that. If you're a hotel, you don't have the rain, the big, shower, you need to get it, okay? Every time I check into a hotel, I'm disappointed. That's one thing that will disappoint me if they didn't have that. I'm like, oh my God, you got this one little. I got that at home. You know what I mean? I I go to the hotel because I want something from what I have. I want something different than what I have at home, right? I got a little nozzle at home. I need the one that's raining down on me. So anyway, they definitely have it there. And just like I said, just a nice hotel, wonderful hospitality, everything. So anyway, any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me, russell@russellofhotels.com. That is my email. Go to my website, russellofhotels.com. All my information is there. How I started, why I started, what I do, all those things are there. My phone number is there. If you have questions and you don't want to email me, you want a quicker response, you can call me. Someone, they didn't call me, but they emailed me the other day and wanted, this person got out of the industry some years ago, but wants to get back in the industry and kind of, email me and say, can I help or what would I suggest, things like that. So, I get those kind of questions all the time. So like I said, there's no questions that I'm not going to answer and I'm not going to give you a good sound response to, because I think that's serious. That's a serious question, right? I was in the industry for some years and then I got out of the industry briefly and now I want to come back. And what I suggested was, because she had a lot of sales experience, what about trying some task force, like some task force assignments? I even gave her a name of one task force company, the one that happens to be out of Atlanta. So I said, hey, start here and go from there, and just let me know what you think, and let me know the progress, and keep in touch, kind of thing. So those are some of the questions that I get. Some people look for mentors, people coming out of college, and I'm here. I went to a hospitality school as well, and I always give them my experience, although it was 100 years ago. But sometimes we're facing the same things that we faced 100 years ago. They're facing today, right? Like, what decision or what position do I go with? Maybe I've been offered a couple of positions, but I'm not really sure where to go, how to get into that one, or I don't like the options. Or is there anything else I could do, or what else would you be looking for? All these kind of things, right? So I appreciate the questions. Like I said, feel free. You don't have to just email me. You can call me as well. Only thing, leave a message, because I don't answer every call. If it's not on my phone, I'm not going to answer if I don't recognize the number. But just leave a message, and I definitely will call you back. If you email me, I will definitely respond, email. You can send it on LinkedIn as well. I get tons of messages on LinkedIn as well, and I respond. But I always ask them, go ahead and email me, or you can call me as well. So it's up to you. It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you, because I'm going to respond, or I'm going to send it the way you want. The way you want to communicate, that's how I'm going to communicate. So it's about you. It's never about me. So there you go. That is it. Hope you guys learned something today. Just remember, let's go back to that topic real quick, okay? Real quick. Three reasons why your LinkedIn profile photo matters. Number one, first impressions are visual. Number two, it builds trust and recognition. Number three, it reflects your professional identity. So just remember that, okay? So any questions at all, my email is there. You go to my website, my phone number is there. You can, like I said, slide into my DMs. You can instant message me on LinkedIn or whatever platform you're on. So that is it. Tomorrow, I almost forgot this. Tomorrow I have a guest on. I'm going to be doing this at 9 o'clock. So we're going to have a conversation with Miss Stacia Harvey, okay? Stacia's been on my show before, so we're going to welcome her back. She is with Astute Hospitality Partners. So go astutehospitalitypartners.com. They're doing a conference coming up in September, and I don't remember exact dates, but we'll talk about it tomorrow, right? Bridging the Gap. They're going to have a fireside chat. Bridging the Gap with a fireside chat. That's the name of it, right? So I'm going to ask you, how did you come up with that? And did you know that it rhymed? I Not sure. But anyway, she's going to be on my show tomorrow, 9 a.m. PST. Okay, so that means, I mean, I'm up anyway, but normally I'm not up talking at 9 o'clock. But, you know, when someone, it's never about me, right? Whatever time they want to do it, I said, you know what, let's do it at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. I'm here. I'm your guy. So remember tomorrow morning. So the Daily Check-In will be all about Stacia Harvey and bridging the gap with her Fireside Chat. So we're going to find out more about what's the Fireside Chat about, what do we hope to, you know, find out at this conference, you know, how many people are coming, where's it going to be, the exact dates. I know it's going to be in Atlanta. You know, how can I sign up? And I'm pretty sure you can go to astuthospitalitypartners.com and you can, all that information is there. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about that, what she's been doing in the last year, because she hasn't been on the show in a year, right? So we're going to catch up on that. So it may be a little longer than normal, maybe about an hour for the Daily Check-In, because the Daily Check-In normally is about 20, 25 minutes. But hey, that's okay. We're going to give Miss Stacia Harvey as much time as she needs. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. So anyway, that is it. So until tomorrow at 9 o'clock, you guys have a great day, great evening. And as always,